Morning. I didn't have time to do my makeup at home this morning. So this is my second attempt. Well, not my second attempt. Second time doing my makeup in the car with my compact. So we're just gonna give that a go. Just doing my contour, creating some of that optical illusion of shadow and some color. Because even after a full summer, I am still very fair and pale. Mostly because at my age, I work really hard to protect my skin. After a youth in the 70s and 80s where we didn't really spend much time on sunscreen. So since then I've had a couple issues with age spots and a lesion on my lip that I had to have removed because of past sun damage. So just know before I left the house today, I did put on my daily moisturizer. That is actually an SPF of 30. If you want to use moisturizer on top of this mascara cream, some of them can gum up your makeup a little bit and leave like a funny pattern because it's a cream makeup. So what I have found in my short couple months of using it is that I use, as recommended by my dermatologist, as far as the store-bought, more reasonably priced brands, I use Umbrella. And I use the lightweight liquid. There is stuff for face as well, but I'm not sure if it might gum up your makeup a little bit because it tends to be a little oilier. So if you do want to use that instead of your daily moisturizer, just make sure that you put it on like maybe as soon as you get out of the shower, do your other things, get dressed, you know, whatever else you're gonna do with your morning routine, and then go back to doing your makeup. I know this looks a little crazy right now, but I think it was a good opportunity to put it on in the daylight where you can all see really what it looks like, not just underneath a beauty mirror with the light. People are driving into work here. I'm sure there's one parking spot open left pretty much on this level and it's right beside me, so I'm sure somebody's going to pull up and be like, what's this girl doing? So you can see right now it kind of looks, I'm not going to say kind of like my face is dirty, but it kind of looks like my face is dirty, and that's normal because now I'm going to lay on my highlight. Oh, I also like to put a little bit of contour right under my lip because again, we're not painting. You can see what happened just there. Just putting a little bit of contour underneath my lip creates a shadow, which makes my bottom lip look fuller without having to do really anything with it. Okay, now it's time for the highlight. I'm very light with my makeup because I do have freckles that I really love. And I also love the base color of my skin, right? Even without makeup, I like my skin quite a bit. I take care of it. But I am 46 and I am in perimenopause. It's wonderful. So my skin is changing again, just like I'm in puberty all over again. So I'm kind of learning as I go with what's going to work for it and what isn't. But I find this is the first makeup, which is why I love it so much and why I signed up to be an artist. This is the first makeup that I've tried really since I hit my 40s. And full disclosure, I don't normally wear a lot of makeup, even at the best of times. Mascara, typically, that was it. But this is the first makeup that I found that's easy and also makes my skin look really good and feels really good on my skin. I will point out I'm a registered nurse, so I don't typically touch my face very often during the day for obvious bacterial reasons. My hands go a lot of places that, you know, of course I wash and sanitize, but still, you just get into the habit of not touching your face, which is great for any makeup, but with this cream makeup, I feel like it disappears on my face, and then I don't really feel it after. I have had some that say they can feel the makeup a little bit because it's creamy. And I will admit that when I first put it on, I do feel it. It's almost, but it's more like I have like a cream on my face, not like, you know, something really heavy. You'll see when I'm putting on my highlight here, I just tap lightly. I don't really rub my brush in the highlight because I don't want a super heavy layer. Again, I am 46 and perimenopause. I have skin changes that are happening, including my well-deserved and well-earned expression lines. So I try to go a little light. You can always put more on, but it's a real shame to have to take your whole face off because someone's pulling in beside me. I'm sure they're going to be like, is this lady really filming herself putting on makeup in the hospital parking lot? Yes, I am. Hopefully it's not someone I know that's going to, well, oh no, hopefully it is. Hopefully it is someone I know. And if they ask, what are you doing? I'd say I'm putting on my easy 5-minute mascara makeup. Might be a little longer than 5 minutes right now just because I'm talking the whole time. But you see, I just kind of put a layer on and then I will go over top of it if I feel like I need a little more. But, okay, they just got out of their car and bolted. Awesome. Oh, look, hey. Now I gotta wave. But you know what? Her skin is beautiful. Maybe I'll have to find her later and say, hey, I know you saw me putting my makeup on this morning. Maybe you want to let me do your face. So again, just a little bit of contour along the jawline. You'll notice I don't put any highlight, or sorry, I didn't say contour. I shouldn't have said contour. It's highlight along my jawline. You'll notice that I don't overlap the contour and the highlight, except for maybe a little bit on my nose here, because I do like to get right into my eye. Because my skin's a bit older and I do have my awesome expression lines, I like to go back over everything and just sort of stipple with my brush. And then I'm kind of just pushing that makeup into my skin, which in turn smooths it out a little bit. But this isn't the magic yet. Just wait. Once I get the perfector out, it'll make all the difference in making this look not like I've painted my face and like I was just born with this wonderful maturing beauty, which I was, but I'm just enhancing it a little bit. Okay, so after I do my highlight, I do find a lot of times I run over my nose a little bit here. So if I want a little more contour just on the side of my nose. Now actually, the shape of my nose, I don't mind that much at all. So I don't really find that I need to thin my nose out very much. But what I do have, I'm sure you can see, is I have a ridge, a bump on my nose, which I don't mind really. Like, it's been 46 years. I'm kind of over it at this point. But with the mascara makeup, it's actually really awesome that I can do a little optical illusion trick. And I've just put a little line. You can see like a little line of contour just right across the top of that bump. And then that's where I tend to go into the sides here. And then I do a little just underneath my nose. And to be honest, my nose is pretty turned up as it is, but I find when I do this little spot underneath my nose, my septum piercing actually shows up better, which I really like. I'm not really big on eyeshadow, so what I tend to do is I just use my contour color and I use my finger If I'm ever doing your face, I won't use my finger because, of course, I'll have sanitized everything, and make sure that I use sanitary brushes. And typically, if I'm going to show my makeup, I do ask that people don't put their fingers in it for obvious reasons. And that's not just my nurse brain, it's just good hygiene practice. But because this is my personal palette, this isn't my artist palette, I do use my finger. And I would encourage you, when you buy your product, to experiment with how you like to apply things. Because you can watch all the videos in the world, but just using it and playing with it is really what leads you to find what works for your face. So whatever color contour I've used, I do like to put just on my lid right along my lash line. And then that way it gives me like an eyeshadow look without really having to put on a lot of eyeshadow. I don't typically wear eyeshadow. I do have two blushes. I have my Lolly, which is super pink, and I'll be totally honest, I can't remember what the name of this is. I'll have to look it up for you. But that's it right there. This is more my fall winter colors. And these are the highlight and lip and cheek colors that I was using throughout the summer. I still mix it up because I love the Lolly on my lips. I would use it straight up just for lip gloss all the time. So again, with my blush, I don't have all the brushes yet. Once I do get a couple more brushes, I would probably use a brush to put this on. But as it is right now, I don't. So I just use my finger and then I let my perfector do its magic. So the blush, I'm going to put it just right on the apple of my cheek. I'm just going to dab and bring it just up a little bit. And then again, I know that this looks very clown-like right now, but as soon as I get that perfector out, and remember, I didn't put any makeup on this portion of my face right here. So everything is one layer, okay? I'm not going over top of anything and adding extra layers, and that's sort of the beauty about mascara. It doesn't require a primer, then a foundation, then concealer, then your contour, then it's just basically one step, one layer, one step. In the morning, including brushing my teeth and my mascara and everything else, my makeup routine typically takes me about 7 minutes. And I can't even believe that I do this because, honest to God, prior to finding mascara makeup, thank you so much to my artist Yvonne for sort of gently coaxing me into giving it a try. I really love it, and I look forward every day to doing my makeup because I feel polished and put together. I am a registered nurse, but I have a very professional job. I run a quality improvement program at my hospital. I meet frequently with surgeons, administration. They all know me by now. I don't know if you notice, I always have crazy colored hair. I am quite flamboyant with my dress. Okay, so this is the perfector. And this here, if I ever come to do your face, I will bring a traditional beauty blender so that you can see the difference. This is so soft and squishy, and you wet it. So when it's dry, it's about the same size as a regular beauty blender. Then you put it under water, give it a couple squeezes, and then you towel dry it, right? You squeeze it in a towel so that it's just barely damp. And this, I didn't get this at first. I actually used probably about 3 different kinds of traditional beauty blenders trying to figure out what would work with this makeup. And then I finally dove in and thought, okay, I'm going to spend the $18 to get my perfector. I'm so happy I did. Even if I went to a different brand of makeup, which I definitely don't see myself doing because I love this stuff, I would still get this beauty blender. Okay, so you can see right now, they call it the perfector, and it really is. You can see right now that I'm just dabbing very gently. It really just, when you first put on cream makeup, you can see it on your face, and that's normal, right? Like you guys can see in the video here that it looks kind of like I'm a bit painted. Then you take this magical thing and you literally just dab. So like, remember I put that piece across my nose? As I dab and blend that in, look how it just disappears and gives the illusion of a straight nose. Then once I put a little strip of illuminator on top of that, it's just going to finish it right off, and that little bump won't completely disappear, of course, but it'll minimize how protuberant it is. Okay, so you saw how on this cheek it's painted. Once I go in with my perfector and just dab, 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 I tend to be a little more aggressive with my contour on my cheeks because I want that shadow, but I also don't want like a finish line. So I'll often turn around and use the fat part. And I'm just dabbing, I'm not rubbing, which is better for your skin. Because again, aging skin, 46, perimenopause, the more you pull on your skin, the more elasticity you're forcing it into. Which again, it's just like, if you think about your skin like an elastic, right? The more times you stretch it, the less elasticity you have. And while that's not technically a physiologically correct analysis of it, it's kind of the same as what happens, which is why when you watch all those beauty videos, they always talk about, you know, only put your lotion on up and all that kind of jazz. And while it sounds a little whack sometimes, it actually is true. The more you pull down on your face, it's just like expression lines. It will eventually create those lines from repetition. Your skin has an amazing memory. So see there how my blush and my contour line have all blended into themselves. You can see, I'll get a little bit closer, but I have lots of freckles. And I love my freckles. I love them so much. And I want everyone to be able to see them. I do not want to look like I'm trying to cover up my face at all. I'm just helping enhance it a little bit. There's no filter on this video. It's just straight up the video on my phone. I know that it's kind of a long one, mostly because I'm talking and explaining and maybe putting a little bit more care into my makeup because I'm going to be showing all you guys. But that's essentially the basics. I just want a little more pink on my cheeks. I'm feeling bright today. It's Friday. And I'm going to have a wonderful weekend because I'm going to a very good friend's wedding tomorrow. That's going to be so fun. Andy, if you're watching, I can't wait. All right. I'm not live Facebooking this yet, and I will eventually once my group gets up and running, but my artist kit comes tonight. So this is actually my first video, and I haven't even, this is my illuminator. Okay, so I'm using this honey illuminator. So I like to put it, I'm trying to use the video camera, but it doesn't work as well. So I just want to put a little bit, and I just rub it along the top of my cheekbones. And it's very, very subtle. It's not a, this is my double stack compact. So I have 2 layers, but the mirror's on the top. I might give a little feedback that it'd be nice to have a mirror on the bottom stack as well, but it's really not necessary. And really, if I'm going to be using this contour and this blush more, I should be like rotating it up to the top of my stack because, of course, it's wonderful. And they're just little magnetic compacts that you snap your, oh, excuse me. Sorry. Hopefully you guys all know me and know that sometimes the burping just happens. Times of excitement. Okay, and then the pièce de resistance for my nose is I just put 1 stripe right down the center, and I like to put a little bit right on my Cupid's bow. It helps bring my lip up. You can see that shine plus the contouring under my lip just helps open my lips a little bit without actually having to, you know, go do stuff with them. All right, and then I really do like to put Lolly on. It's my favorite lip stuff. It just looks so fresh and natural. And it does have a little bit of sparkle to it. And I found that it has a little bit of a staining reaction where, I'm not late for work yet, am I? It's Friday. There we go. So just a little bit of Lolly. Oh, I had a little cloth here that I could wipe the stuff on my fingers off of. Okay, so that's it for my palette. Then before I put my mascara on, I do use a setting spray. Because it's cream makeup, setting spray is your best friend. We do have a wonderful spray called Stay. I haven't gotten that yet, so once my first parties and everything get going, I'll be able to accumulate more of the product and figure out what works best. All right, I'm going to use my car. No, I'm not. I'm going to use my compact for my mascara. I like to get up close a little. Mascara, funny enough, doesn't sell mascara, so I am a bit sensitive, but I also like a good heavy mascara, because what you can't see in the initial video is that I'm actually very fortunate to have pretty long eyelashes. You just can't see them without mascara because they're blonde. But I use, again, as recommended by my dermatologist, Marcel makeup. Excuse me. So that brand right there, if you can see it, I find it, it doesn't irritate my eyes. It stays all day without really flaking that much underneath my eyes. I find a lot of times I get a little dark shadow from mascaras. I only put mascara on my top lashes. I don't know why, just habit. Sometimes if I'm fancy, I'll put them on the bottom. But I find that this one, my eyes don't get irritated. It stays on all day, but it washes off like a dream. So if you've been struggling trying to find a mascara that works for you, it's not any more expensive than all the other brands. I get mine just at Shoppers Drug Mart, you know, London Drugs, wherever I happen to be. Goes on sale pretty frequently. And that's it. That's me done for the day. So now I am ready with my face all finished. I really, really appreciate you guys taking, 25 minutes out of your day if you feel like it. I'll be totally honest, when I edit this video, I might do a fast forward version of it so that you can also just sort of see what I do in my routine in my car. But again, remember, this isn't the most realistic of routines, and I will do my home routine where it's literally 5 minutes, no talking, and I can probably fast forward that up so that you can see everything in about a minute. But that's my very first car makeup video. I will do a before and after. I took a photo then and a photo now, just so that you can see. So I still look like myself. I just look more polished. I've got a nice fresh dewy appearance. My contouring, it's just given that illusion of shadow, so enhanced my cheekbones, helped with that bump on my nose, and really just chiseled my jawline for me. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at the email included, or send me a message via Facebook. Okay, you have a great Friday. Bye-bye.